Hey everybody, welcome to Kona. This is a indie horror-ish game that came out last year or the year before. I played the demo, I think 4 years ago. First person, kind of like survival, story-driven exploration game. Yeah, it's actually not out on Steam yet. This is the press beta build, which I'm extremely grateful to be a part of. It was like it was yesterday. Do you guys remember this thing? Not many people do, I think. Yeah, I stopped wearing it after a while because it's just too hot. I live in Texas, and you know these lights are hot, and it's just warm. And like I didn't want to be just like the guy with the hat. I didn't want that to like be my thing, so got rid of it. Oh boy, hat hair. Okay, anyways, welcome to Kona. Kona is a patron pick. Thank you so much to call in for being a patron of mine. If you didn't know, I have a Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service. Lets you just kind of help out with the channel every month, and you get different rewards for the different tiers that I have. Like at $1 a month, you get access to my Discord server. $5 a month, you get your name and my credits. $10 is the patron pick, and then $25 is my eternal gratitude and love, and also 3 patron picks. Yeah. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. Yeah, let's do it. So, as you see, I've played this a bit relatively recently. I lost about half of the footage of this game. So I'm just gonna restart. Yeah, it's gonna restart. So I know what's gonna happen up until like the halfway point. So I should be able to breeze through most of the puzzles kind of thing. There we go. How's that looking? Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. Northern Quebec, 1970.
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been.
I didn't think his window was down
Carl
at first.
Done.
I like that song on the radio.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
Okay, so yeah, this game is a lot of investigating, trying to figure out what has happened in this small Quebec town, I guess.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Okay, let's see. No rock, okay. Oh sure, page 1. Manistan. It will be good. Cool. Oh, I'm not reading all this, by the way. Province of Quebec sits on, and yeah, I'm not reading all this. This is way too long. Like, I don't care about Quebec. I'm sorry. This is a long game, so we got a lot to cover. I'm gonna try to do all in one playthrough. I'll read like the important notes. Just I don't care about Quebec. What's up, buddies? See, I was recording bits of this at a time. It's gonna be over the course of like 3 weeks. And then I lost like week 2's footage. I lost all the recordings that I did that week, actually. Which is a big ol' bummer. Luckily, nothing was too important in there. Anyways, hi. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Just got back from a long-ass road trip. Often does a road need to be closed to require 2 picnic tables at its gate? Asking the tough questions, I see.
Hamilton never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it. still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself.
Okay.
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business.
Oh, yeah?
Carl was meeting his client in a store near this area. He was on the right track.
Let's try to get down to business. Yeah, me and my husband Max went to...
Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
Went to Morpha, Texas.
The populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him.
Creepy.
Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Wow. I suck at driving, apparently. So yeah, this dude named Hamilton, just a rich jerk, is buying up all the stuff, basically making the town, like, his. Uh-oh.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Got a sound stop, please. Thank you. So now they're showing, like, my sanity, my health, and my temperature. Kona. There we go. All right. Turn the sensitivity back up a little bit now that I'm not driving. We holding it at 60 FPS? Yeah, we are. Excellent.
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help. It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H. Carl
Okay, so
thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance.
So that's obviously William Hamilton.
Such heart-wrenching Nordic poetry that was. But Carl didn't care much about flowery language.
Flowery language sounds code talk for just like, I don't like gay shit. Isabel, you gave meaning to everything. When you disappeared, so did purity. I would defend purity against the winds, the tides against ice and blizzard.
Complaining was not in Carl's nature. It would take more than light injuries to interrupt his investigation.
All right, so let's haul ass down to, I guess, this place? Okay, yeah.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Sorry, toesies.
Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more, and was now on his way to new adventures.
Okay, so that needs a log. Let's warm up really quick before we head back out. So this game does have a bit of a survival element to it. Like, I don't have to watch, like, out for food or anything like that, luckily. It's mostly just sanity, I think, and heat. There we go. All right. Let's use my first aid kit. There we go. Cool. Yeah, look at that heat go up. Delicious. And that thing I picked up were tire chains, I believe. I've never lived in a cold, cold, cold area like this before. I'm just gonna load up on logs. Because you can actually store stuff in the truck, which I think is awesome. Yeah, like I used to live up in northwest Arkansas, up in the Ozarks, when I was a kid. Like, we'd occasionally get, like, really, like, big snows like this. But nothing crazy. Like, I never had to do, like, tire chains or anything like that. It was just like, hey, don't drive for the next 2 days. And I haven't seen snow since I moved to Texas. I kind of miss it. Alright. Install chains. There we go. Let's deposit some logs. Which sounds really gross. Nope. Put those cigarettes away. Fire starter's good. Pincer. Cool. And I would love an old pickup like this. I would absolutely love it. Oh, was I not actually backing up? Oh, that was a cutscene. I thought I was backing up, and I was like, why is this acting so weird? I'm not moving that way. So I'm gonna be making a lot of cuts during this as I'm driving around, because there's gonna be a lot of going back and forth between places. It's just a lot of driving. So I'll leave in like the first couple driving bits, like from place to place, but whenever I start repeating areas, I'll start doing cuts. In general, I've been cutting more.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Cool. Yeah, just in general, I've been editing more.
The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Oh yeah, these super awkward loading screens. Like, occasionally you'll just be moving along and like, it has to load in a new area. Not a fan, but it's okay. It's okay. It's like one of the only downfalls to this game, I think. I think this game's really good. Alright, we're at the general store.
The milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottle. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
I like in games when you can see the full body of your character. I like that.
Something fell to the bottom of the box.
Okay. Ruh-roh.
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer.
Let's close
He'd
this.
been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
Okay. So we have to take pictures of a lot of stuff, and it'll trigger memories and etc. Yeah, I keep that.
Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
Again, asking the serious questions.
What could be inside that envelope?
Mr.
Carl
John
was
Vow,
taken
Montreal.
aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
And what's the deal with his hands? I just actually noticed this. Okay, how do I... There we go. Let's go turn that...
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
The transformer. Let's go look. How about the transformer blue? Yeah. I've actually seen one of those happen, like, really close to me before. It's like a very loud bang, and the flash on it is blinding. It scared the absolute shit out of me. Fuck. Okay, so luckily I have a flashlight. Mysterious unbranded cans. Not in the mood to drink maple syrup. Why not? Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that one off. Actually, no, I need opposite. I think. Secretary wouldn't be... What? A secretary wouldn't be luxury in here? To open the cash register, punch the price, 2 numbers minimum, press sale, turn the crank 2 times, and punch... Okay. Punch machine if it doesn't work. Got it. Read flyer. I'm not going to read a flyer about Canada. I'm sorry.
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
What a macabre thought for somebody that's just like jumping something on a snowmobile.
A nice picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten. Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
I think there's too many of these in Korea. Ah, see, who's in a war? Have they mentioned that? Alright,
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general
Gilles
store.
Lachance. Got
That
it.
made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
Note from Gilly! Note from Gilles. You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. So he's like calling out sick. When people have frog in their throat, they don't take the risk. Don't take risk by going to work. Customers catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry. I have a nice doctor's note, which I'm going to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I'll have to close down the shop, unless you'd like to come fill in for me. I wouldn't dare advise you, after all. You must know how it's done. Wait, I wouldn't dare advise you, after all. You must know how it's done, since it's yours now. With kind regards, your dedicated manager, Gilles. Gilles Lachance? Gilles? Okay. I thought the gas pump out there was a person. It scared me. Okay. So this thing I bought costs $6.9. $4.20. Shit, there's no zero. Oh well. There we go. Let's rob this dude. Oh, or take the post key. Close that up. Alright, is there anything on here we need to investigate? A garage key. Customer credit.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Okay. Oh, so the 1352 one rang or whatever, that's their address. Okay, I thought that was like some kind of currency that they owed. I was like, what the fuck is a rang? Okay. Neat. Got some duct tape. Okay. Let's go open the garage. Oh, what's up, puppies?
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears? Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
Yeah, so I need some pliers to fix that cable. With duct tape, apparently. Okay. Clean a spot in the area. He makes a lot of, like, little observations like that, where I just, like, can't help but roll my eyes just ever so slightly at him. Okay, well, we already got the pliers. Let's go turn that on. This game does a really good job of, like, making me feel cold. Oh, hey. This thing.
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first.
So, like, you can see there are no wolf tracks there. They start right here. And go off this way. And also, I still don't know what the orange marks on there are.
Prince? Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was it a possible lead?
Okay, so it goes out that way. I only know where that goes. Huh, okay. Let's remember that later. But for now, let's complete this. Let's fix this cable. There we go. So now I can turn... generator. Okay, I guess it has enough juice. For some reason I thought it could only run one at a time. Turn that garbage off. Okay. What is up here? I've always wanted a ladder like that in my house. Like, in a library or something like that. Like in Beauty and the Beast. Not that I, you know, am gonna read anything. Is there nothing up there? So I can't move the ladder back or climb up. Oh well. Okay, let's go check out the garage really quick. I think there's something here we need. There we go. That'll kind of help. At least we know it's fragile. See, just little comments like that. I'm like, why? Why? Oop.
Carl was making progress, but the lift probably needed some more juice to work properly.
Oh, okay. So I was right. Ugh, I hate doors like that. So yeah, let's flip this breaker. Like... There we go. So now that'll divert all the juice. The lift, somehow, I guess? Because I think we need to get that crowbar. There we go.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point.
Sure. I can also whack with it. I can brain a dude. Alright, let's turn that back on. Guess I'll turn you off just because. I swear, it is so dark over here. I always think the lights are off. Okay. I can't run while I'm indoors. Pump my truck up. Yeah. That's a weird spot for the gas can on those old-timey trucks. Cool. So... whoops. One thing that I like is that once I stop hitting the wrong buttons, I can open up the map while I'm in the truck. So there's 3 houses behind me. So yeah, let's turn around and look at those first. Okay, yeah.
Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Lachance. Any
Oh, yeah, that's
good
right.
investigation would have to start there.
Alright, so here's the first house that I'm gonna check out. I need to check out their mailboxes. I think sometimes there's stuff in them. Okay, so this is Gilles' house. To Mr. Gilles Lachance in southern Manistan. Dear Mr. Lachance, we have carefully taken note of your complaint regarding the collapse of a natural cave on your property. Okay. However, given the absence of any actual damage or injury, we cannot move forward with the... Nope, jump down. With this investigation. The natural cave cannot be considered a personal belonging. Furthermore, your claims regarding the landslide caused by the work in the new DW Inc. mine seem outlandish, as the mine is miles away from your property. Also, it is imperative that you secure your property, as you would be held accountable for any injuries caused by the steep terrain. This is where Crying Wolf leads you. Sincerely, Pierre Valjean. Basically saying, like, you know, now that we know about this thing on your property, you need to take care of it. Should've just left it alone, dude. So this dude just seems... Gilles Lachance seems... Loading screen. In general, just seems kind of pissed off. Okay. Hello.
The crossbow bolt stuck into the wooden stairs reminded Carl of the arrow that was said to have hit Achilles' heel. But who was the intended Achilles this time?
Like, just the way he describes things, I'm always just like, huh? What are you talking about? Can I dig through their garbage? Garbage? Alright, let's go in.
The air was freezing, right down to the bone.
Hi. Lift your window open. There we go. Ow, please don't.
Was that the Lord Almighty's doing? A huge block of unnatural, glowy ice had swallowed that poor woman's body. What sort of supernatural force could have conjured this?
So yeah, now we're investigating, like, this... some event that happened. Hey, buddy.
Something was hidden under the stairs.
Is anybody else, like, is there anything else up here I need to see? Oh, hi.
The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him.
Bertrand Lachance, 1948. Okay. Oh, and that must be his wife. Oh, that's the lady that got frozen.
Their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately.
I always like these scenes. These are really cool.
It seemed like secrecy was commonplace in this house.
That's so weird. Just talk to each other.
Carl felt the cold slowly dissipate.
I hate that
and was
sound.
brought back to reality.
Giselle's diary
was now only ice, and all that was left of her voice was a diary. She confided in this diary, amongst other things, the tragic story of a young woman, a victim. Was this what she was hiding?
Giselle's diary, page 1. September. Mother once told me when I first met, Gilles? Okay, Gilles. I keep on wanting to say Giles, or Gillies. That I hadn't picked the brightest bulb of the lot. Ouch. And as the years fly by, I'm seeing the truth of her words. Always trust your mother's wisdom. My mom voted for Trump, so... Shit. The blackmailing scheme is a prime example of Gilles' brightness. He's like a small dog. He thinks he's bigger than he actually is. He growls, genuinely thinking he's scary, but everyone knows he can be pushed aside with just a little kick. He truly believes he can blackmail Hamilton, the big boss himself. It's gonna be a long time in hell before my poor Gilles can manage to pull off such a feat. After all, Hamilton's rich. Hamilton's a rich, learned, and influential man. Not only is that blackmailing idea bad to begin with, let's be honest, Gilles is, I said Giles, is way out of his league, but Gilles doesn't even know how he's actually going to carry this out. I don't even think he ever would. He's just throwing random threats out loud in the kitchen. He says he'll do it eventually, but I know better. Successful blackmailing requires masterful cunning, and Gilles is master of nothing. He is a slave and forever will be. God damn. I often look at that safe he keeps hidden in the fake wall, in which he stores all these incriminating documents he intends to use. I just can't come to grips with the sheer ridiculousness of the whole thing. Damn. Looks like they were painting the whole house. Cool. Pack boxes. Okay. Ooh, painkillers. I think that's for my sanity. Actually. Like, I think that increases sanity. Like, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I think that's how it works. Maybe. God, look how much stuff I have to check out. The fire starter. Oh yeah, let's get the fire in here going. There we go. Maybe I'll thaw her out. It actually won't, but I think that would be ridiculous. Open. Okay. Damn, she is frosty. Okay.
The pot was cold, and the stew inside wasn't cooked.
That is a PNG.
It's likely that poor Giselle was slow cooking it before she got snapped. What a waste. Looks like the holes in that puzzle are there to stay.
We could finish it for her. In loving memory. Oh, a steak. Delicious. Just shove that right in your pocket. Good.
Ah, moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box. Ah, moving.
No, not that.
What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box.
Chez Lachance.
The general store, along with several more infrastructures in the area, had been acquired by wealthy industrialist William J. Hamilton. Perhaps the village should be rechristened Hamiltown.
Chez Lachance changes hands. Founded by Bertrand Lachance more than 20 years ago, the general store, better known as Chez Lachance, is one of the Manistan's economic mainstays. Since the passing of its aged owner, however, business wasn't as blooming as it always was. Gilles Lachance, inheritor of the humble establishment, had no choice but to sell everything to William Hamilton, the rich and famous businessman who sparked a major controversy last year when he announced the reopening and expansion of his copper mine. As of now, operations at the general store are expected to remain unchanged despite the change of hands. Gilles Lachance still helms the register. I wonder if that was just, like, humiliating to him.
It felt like old people were all these walls could see for years. The Lachances could hardly be blamed for wanting to freshen things up a bit.
Okay. Turn that on. All right, let's check out what he had up here.
A mess. Clearly, there was some major revamping work underway here. The place looked barely habitable. Beautiful portrait of Gilles and Giselle, bound together by the chains of conventional love.
That's where he says conventional love. What you hitting at, dude?
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in. Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in.
Cool. So got some more film.
The cross looked after a marriage's well-being and served as a motivator to uphold the priest's sermons calling for more little worshippers on one hand, and cautioning against guilty pleasures on the other. Indeed, the Lachances were still part of the God-fearing generation.
There we go. So he said that there was a a cave that, or a cave or a mine that collapsed, or a something. So this must, like, I think this is it. Dynamite, all right. Well, I guess that's the thing I'm gonna be running around with later. Okay. So that wolf track I was following led into the woods behind Lachance's house. Let's go see what's up. Okay, so here's the general store. And there's more of that ice. Guess I missed something. Let's follow the track. Oh! There's a dude right in front of me! Oh, it's him! No wolf could have done that.
A shiver ran down Carl's spine as he glanced over another body trapped in ice.
Ow.
Indeed, the scene was quite
Ow.
chilling. Carl felt familiar shivers going down his spine, and he was back to the realm of visions.
Okay. Oh, hey, buddy. Puppy! Puppy power! Mysterious journal.
To all appearances, this was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
Ooh. The beast enjoys long slumbers. Oh, this is Mysterious Journal, page 1. The beast enjoys long slumbers. The sanctuary seems impregnable. I hate that word so much for some reason. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out. To think like a hunter. The beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. It terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming, but they feel its presence, a cold dread grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me. I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of a taut wire. The beast is getting closer to the villagers. It moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of wind along with it. I tracked it, to no avail. I do not know the white man frozen in ice. Oh, so he's actually... He knows that people are being frozen, okay. But I do know this. It is the work of the beast. It attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing of its force of nature, of this force of nature. I touched the ice imprisoning the white man. I saw things. I do not understand them. It was as if the past and present were one, as if I was a spider with my 8 eyes. I could see backward and forward simultaneously. This beast, this creature, is not of this world. I must find the beast again, and if necessary, eliminate it. Not gonna pick that up? Okay. Dog tag?
What could these engraved numbers mean?
Oh.
A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
739. So I'm gonna assume that goes to the safe in Lachance's house. Oh man, you're getting surrounded by puppos. They're about to have a tasty, tasty dinner with you. Oh, except that he gets frozen, so they kind of get fucked. Oh, here's that beat up old truck.
The vision slowly faded away, like an icicle melting in the palm of your hand. Carl, back in the real world, now knew who the icebound man was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself.
Yeah, because there's the general store's entrance right there.
Job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts, or not.
Or not. Great joke, bro. Alright, so I have to run back to the house to get my truck. I think. Let's look. Where's my truck? Yeah, it's still at Lachance's house, so... Okay. So... Would that be a document? Yeah, okay. Necklace. 739.
Carl had seen that kind of safe before. With its double-layered security system blending letters and numbers, its code couldn't be broken by the common burglar.
Okay, so what's his dad's name? Bertrand? Okay. So let's try B. And 7, 3, 9? Okay, cool. Compromising document. William Hamilton is a crook. Starting a compromising document with your own opinion? Not that good. William Hamilton is a crook. He's been blackmailing everyone in the village, myself included. Like the infamous Seraphin. In this document is proof of every bribe paid by Hamilton to the federal authorities in regard to the acquisition of his damn mine. The fact that he has argued his henchmen, or the fact that he used his henchmen to instill terror within the village will not sway tribunals down in Montreal, but the fact that he has been bribing government officials surely will. I can already picture it, making the front page. The English are all the same. We will prevail. Written in different ink. Hamilton is not only a crook, but a murderer. I do not believe in his remorse. I firmly believe he will pay for his crime. I do not believe in native magic, but I do believe in their vengeance. Okay. Cool. Alright, I guess I'm done here. There's 2 more houses back this way I can go check out, so I guess let's go over there. Treasure map. Oh boy. So the treasure map number 1. Looks like that's... Where is that? Hold on. Letter from Mary. May the treasure hunt begin. I have hidden wonderful little things for you to find all over the village. Following my clues, You're holding in your hands the first map. The hunt begins at my place. You're so clever. I'm certain you will find everything. Martin. Cute. So it looks like the Blaze house is where it starts, and it goes over here to whatever that place is. So we'll check that out next, after these houses. Why does my sanity go down whenever I'm outside? Why are these loading screens like this? I'd rather just have like one huge loading screen and not deal with this. Personally. Or like have them in a more like strategic place, like as you walk into a building or something. Okay, let's check out this big barn really quick. Excuse me. Are those air filters or landmines? Let's turn that on. Excuse me? What are those? Looks like packs of heroin.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly
beer bottle,
temptations at bay.
matches, cigarettes, gross.
Obviously, Carl thought,
a hammer.
Someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
Oh. Is that heroin?
An aging car was parked here. Carl could picture the notary's heavy sedan with a huge back seat large enough to fit the whole family.
Okay. Empty gas can. More bottles. I honestly don't know what I do with the bottles. I have no idea. Let's Let's go and dump all this garbage in here. Let's also get rid of those pincers, I guess. To the logs. Let's put all my cigarettes up. There we go.
What was even the point of locking your door if everyone hid their key in the same place? Carl was starting to feel like his investigator life lacked challenge.
I was about to ask the exact same thing. Like, how did I know the key was going to be under there?
The house smelled like incense, the kind that reminds you of the good Lord, of peace.
Before anybody says, it's because you already played it. I played this a month ago. I remember what that was. A new change in the cracks. All right. Let's go and start a fire. There we go. Wonderful. Thought that was a person. Enough food for rough times. La Bible.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago. Indeed, it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here.
Oh. TV's on the other side.
Good Paul VI, appearing papal. His crooked fingers gave the impression he was about to bestow a miracle.
Don't talk about his fingers. Let's see. Any garbage in here I need? Ooh. Always need fire starters. Those are important. And film, I guess. Okay.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone.
100%. Bravo. Can I not read the... Oh, I wanted to read his thing.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday. The family's mother must have spent her days washing the filth off her kids' diapers.
Ew. Ew, ew, ew. I just walked into those.
The empty cradle sent an eerie feeling down Carl's spine. As if minutes ago, someone just grabbed the baby and made a run for it.
Alright, well that's kind of weird.
Who knew that giraffes thrived in the North Pole? The craze for toys was stupefying.
What an old fucking curmudgeon. And also, is that the developer's mascot thing?
Love of religion and ancestors was rooted deep inside the hearts of Canadians of old, to which the Bedards appeared to be closely related.
Light switch?
Dreamcatchers originated from First Nations legends. They were used to trap nightmares.
Sylvie's Diary, page 1.
The Bedards had vacated the premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
So you just spoiled the note for me. See, that's another thing that I think that like the summation line that he says of the note that I just read should happen after I put the note away. August 14th, 1970. Jean-Luc never had a knack for mathematics. Try as he might, he'll never realize he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. Ew. Whoa! But how can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret, at least until the time is right, when it'll be safe. Dr. Beaupois told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. Gotta muster courage, he said, with his usual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming. But he doesn't get it all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realize I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Marie is very sick, and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the devil growing inside me, or the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Mary is suffering, and I'm the one to blame. Oh, Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? September 24th. Mary recovered. Have I said Marie or Mary? Or both? Mary has recovered, but there's something really gloomy about her now. She always seems so sad. Maybe she caught a glimpse of what dying is like. Jesus. What if she's an unhappy child now because of me? Jean-Luc truly honored me 2 nights ago. If the baby makes it, maybe Dr. Perpro could convince him it was born prematurely. It's my only way out. What does it mean truly honored me? Like, did her? We're heading to Lac Saint-Jean tomorrow to visit Jean-Luc's mother. I need to. The situation is untenable now. We fear the worst. Okay, so nothing bad happened to them. They just left. Why are there no light switches in here? There we go.
Shame that the family had bailed. Carl would have had a few questions for Jean-Luc, a close friend of Hamilton's.
Okay. Mary's diary, page 1. I have a diary, just like Mom. Unlike her, though, I don't wear a long face when writing. God, so mean. But I do love to write my thoughts. And about Martin, most of all. Oh, the kid who did the treasure map. I love talking about him. I think he loves me, too. Just like in Romeo and Juliet, because people don't like it. Sorry. People don't like it when I see him, only because he's a Blaise. Just because, like in the story, nothing can stand in the way of true love. August 18th. I lost my appetite. I can't sleep anymore. Every waking hour, intense shivers run through my body. Dad's making me see Dr. Perpro. But his big hands touching me everywhere and his foul breath exhaling over my face. Yuck. I'm not sick. I'm in love. I love Martin so much. There's nothing I like better than thinking about us playing together, like we always do. I wonder if he found the key I lost the other day. And it's pretty sad when I did, because it's for his dad's garden shed, and Martin has always been afraid of him. I think Martin's dad is a bit like Dad's god. The key fell in a burrow next to the shed. Poor Martin, he cried like a baby, but I still love him. Mom often cries when she feels lonely. I think there's no reason for her to cry. Mom can be stupid sometimes. Dad works a lot, because of that wealthy Englishman buying everything. That's what notaries do. They make sure that people get what they're paying for, basically. It's complicated, but that's how Dad explained it to me. The rich guy doesn't look half as bad as Martin told me he was. When I saw him this morning at Dad's office, he told me, "Call me Uncle Willie." I found that pretty funny. Plus, he gave me candy. How old is this girl? Probably like very young, right? And it was kind of old and dry, but still candy. I think Dad gets along well with Uncle Willie, because when he's with him, he laughs the same way he does with Father Label. I had to gobble up Dr. Perpro's horrible medicine, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have made it to Christmas, or so he said. I haven't seen Martin in weeks, or nor did I go to school for that matter. Dad has been praying beside my bed every morning for a while now, and at bedtime too. Today he went hunting with Uncle Willie, and he told me to ask God to bless him in my prayers. I think this has to do with the medicine that only the richest of the rich can afford. Dad told me he'll be praying for Uncle Willie until the day he dies, and that I should do the same. God, Father Label, and now Uncle Willie. I wonder when Dad finds time to pray for Santa Claus. How can Mom be so stupid? And she's getting fat, too. She cries like a newborn puppy all the time. Jesus, what a savage kid. It's so annoying. I came across Martin today. He seemed pretty thin, and maybe kind of dirty. Maybe he doesn't look as neat and presentable as Uncle Willie, that's for sure. So Mary's a little bit of a dick. Okay. Rad. So now we know that she lost a key to the shed. Next to the shed. Let's see. Is there anything?
Carl smiled at the sight of the nicely protected garden. Hopefully, the Bedards had managed to dig every last potato out before the sudden snowfall.
Okay. So for some reason, I think that these things look towards something. And like, I think whenever I was recording, I realized that the trees that come together in a point like that are a thing. Let's go look. I just want to double check. Yeah, there are those footprints. You know, the ones from the ice. Lift rock with the crowbar. There we go. Crush my feet. Talisman. It's so dark. I can make a fire here, I guess, for some reason. Just to warm up, I suppose. Yeah, so I think whenever I see trees they come together like a point, like that, there's a thing I need to go look at. But there are a lot of trees that are leaning like that, just individually. So I think also maybe these faces give me a hint. Not 100% sure. Okay, but next up on the list, I need to go to Roy's house. Okay, cool. Let's go down there. Okay, he's not gonna say anything? Good. Letter for Wilfred. Dear Mr. Roy, so his name is Roy Wilfred? Or Wilfred Roy? That's weird. I'm writing this because I feel guilty. The other day, Martin and I were taking a stroll not far from your house, and we saw that the door to your shed was open. I wanted us to mind our own business, but Martin likes living on the edge. He took a few shiny things, including some bullets. My dad always told me to never play with those things, so I immediately put them back. But Martin hid the other things. I confess, Mr. Roy, I have so many regrets, but you mustn't call the police. You won't call them, will you? My father will be so angry. I'll bring back all of your things, I promise. Mary Bedard. What a narc. Narking out your boyfriend, huh? But, so I guess that's what Martin has been, like, hiding for us. I guess. Just whatever is in this dude's shed. Which, again, I think the loading screen should be when I try to enter the shed or something. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, like, these trees right here, they kind of form a thing. Right? So does that mean there's something here? Oh, and they also kind of go out that way. Okay. Oh, and here's some tracks. Let's follow the tracks before I go in the house. Uh-oh. Let's not. Because I don't have anything to fight them with right now. That I feel comfortable with, anyways. I could probably swing the hammer or the crowbar at them. But, no thanks. I'm good. Nothing in the doghouse. Nothing over there. Bottle, I don't want. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manistan. It'll be safer there. Jean Roy?
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
What a judgmental dick. Like, every time he mentions something in, like, an observation, it's always just him being a curmudgeon. The fantasy, page 1. I'm not reading all this. I'm not. I'll get all the pages and then put them in order. Let you guys either pause if you want to read them. But I think I read them in my first playthrough, and they don't really matter. Cookies. Cookies! God! There we go. Cookie jars are always too high to reach.
Simone de Beauvoir, Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase.
God.
Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land?
Me, an intellectual. Ooh, fire starter. Thank you.
The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed.
Yep, right over
The
there.
couple seemed to be very good friends. The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
Painkillers. Yeah, just raiding their medicine cabinet, apparently. Okay, which one is this? Novel page 2. All right. I'll scroll through that in a second once I get the rest of the pages. I think there's 5. Konopoly. Haha. Win if you pass go. Cute. Okay. Why are there no lights in any of these rooms? Novel page 3. Novel page 4.
A murderer's diary. Carl's detective training compelled him to write some excerpts down. What sort of monster could give life to such a bizarre tale?
Yep. Like, it makes it seem like it's important, but I didn't really get it. Alright, so let me... Documents. Alright, here you go. If you want to read it, then here you go. So yeah, it's basically about a dude who was like, I want to kill somebody, and then falls in love with the person he was going to kill. So then he doesn't. It's like, I don't really think that any of that matters to the actual story at hand. Like, it's a fucked up note, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, now, I don't want to go out in the woods yet because I don't have anything to protect myself. So we're going to go up north past the general store. We're going to check out the Blaze house, and then whatever this crap over there to the right is. And maybe get that first treasure box. Okay. Alright, so we gotta go across this tiny-ass little bridge. As fast as we can. Where am I? Okay, yeah, let's go check out the Blaze house first. And then I'll go check out across the street. I don't know why I did this. As if you get, like, it's gonna be pointing the same way. Okay, nothing there. Like, this game legit makes me feel cold. And I think I had the air set on at like 70 or something like that in my house. So it's definitely not cold. Yeah, just like the howling wind and like the white of the snow. And just everything put together. Oh, gives me chills. Burr. Alright, let's pull up. So that's a shed we can't get into yet.
A wintry atmosphere surrounded the house. The soundlessness of the area suggested it was empty.
Like the tire swing, just floating in the wind.
When finding a boot, one wonders what became of the foot.
I literally don't. I literally never thought that, ever. I always think, what happened to the other boot?
The key, which seemed to be meant for a padlock, bore an inscription reading Cloutier et Fils. A company name. Better keep an eye open. Businesses weren't exactly numerous around these parts.
Okay. Oh, I need a magnet. Okay. Someone ran out of time packing his luggage. Okay. No log. Let's go get one really quick before I explore the house too much. Gotta get that sanity up. Here we go. I was like, does this asshole even have logs? Boop. And light. Wonderful.
The spirograph amused Carl. It was a nice modern toy, aside from being repetitive by nature and completely useless.
What an absolute
Still,
dick.
It found its way into many Quebecois homes.
Like, I don't get it. Like, he's always just such a dick. For no reason. Absolutely useless. It's a children's toy for making art. No cigarettes. Why is there trash behind the oven? That is unsafe, sir.
A pay stub for some undoubtedly harsh lumberjack work.
Wow.
Alexandre Blair felled trees and chopped woods for Cloutier et Fils.
Okay. Oh, so the key I got is something over there. Like his job. Why does nobody have lights anywhere? It's always so dark. What am I journaling? Other than this kid lives in squalor? Le Monster. Impossible creation for a mechanical drawing toy. That's right, you couldn't do that, son. At all. That's impossible.
The sheets were in such a way that indicated a rude awakening, followed by a hurried escape. What had happened here? A window left open in that weather? Perhaps something had to be watched.
Eh? Only the tormented mind smoke in bed. Smoking in general is not very good, but smoking in bed is definitely gross. Louise' diary? Or is it Luis? I fear the worst for Alexander. He hardly gets any sleep. I thought it was... It's gotta be Luis, I guess. I thought it was the work, but it... it seems to be far worse than that. From dusk till dawn, he stares into the void. He barely speaks to me. His son asked him to play the ball, and he didn't say a word. What does that mean? Play the ball, Dad. What does that mean? And that way he has to glance... Wait. In that way he has to glance out... The way he has to glance at the window... I keep wanting to read out the window, because why do you glance at the window? Last night, I heard him mumble in his sleep. He's coming, he murmured. I don't know why. Those words left a deep impression on me. He woke up shortly after, covered in sweat. He couldn't remember his dream, obviously. He didn't go back to sleep after that, chain smoking the night away over the window. He told me to pack my things in the morning. I wonder why. Does he himself know? We're waiting, but for what? I think I feel dread. Okay, so we know that Martin's dad was aware of the beast somehow. Hi! It was nice of the wolf to close the door behind him. Yeah, that's just a blank sheet of paper. Okay. I guess let's check in their bathroom. Furniture has been moved several times. There you go. Note from Martin. My sweet Marie, please excuse my handwriting. I'm in a hurry. My sweet Mary. I keep saying Marie or Mary. I have to leave for North Manistan with Mom and Miss Roy. As they say, it's far too dangerous around here these days. I don't know much about what's going on because Mom won't tell me anything in an attempt to reassure me. But all I know is she has the exact same expression on her face as when I startle Father. My Dad and Mr. Roy aren't coming because they've gone to see Mr. Lachance. They're real heroes. My grandmother lives in a very big house in North Manistan. You would be welcome there. I must go now, quite literally, your friend Martin. Okay. The bulb is burned out. Sweet. This house sucks. A bit of reading to pass the time. I'm not gonna talk about the smashed mirror at all. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so I still need to find the magnet. Let's look around the house really quick, because this place is dirty. Maybe there's some shit back here. I actually don't know. I'll only know if I look back here for my last playthrough. Okay, it looks like it's empty. Cool. Then we're gonna go across the street and check out where Homeboy worked. Yeah, I think that he's gonna unlock something over there. Woodlots. Ooh, there's wolf prints. Log.
An axe.
Ooh.
Not too shabby. Carl felt he needed to protect himself.
That could cut somebody. Okay, I don't want to go out in the woods yet, again. Just in case.
It was a typical shack, just like the ones you hear about in Quebecois legends. Local lumberjacks used it to rest and twice a day eat up their pea soup.
So he looked at the kettle and said, half full or half empty?
Who quits a game one step away from victory?
Not gonna open the big red suitcase? Okay, cool. You should put a carpet here.
Food, the clothes, the general warmth of the place, no evidence of escape. Carl was sure of it. People were here not long ago, and they expected to come back.
Okay, so is there anything out in the woods back here? I don't want to go too far because I don't want to leave the truck. But like I saw the wolf prints, or wolf tracks, and I thought that maybe there was something out here. Alright. I'll come back later. Okay, here's the next shack. Some more tables and stuff down there. Ooh, and some ice.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
So it looks like the tracks came from over here. So I wonder if there's something out here. Oh, there's two trees together, like a big... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hi, puppies. No. Uh-oh.
Carl never thought he would be dancing with the wolves.
There we go. Okay, so okay, one bite, and they didn't do that much damage. All right. I was a little worried. I was like, shit, this is gonna be like the long dark. Thought that was it. Thought I was Dunskies. Okay. So what were they sniffing around? Fire starter. Oh, they want that steak. Sorry, guys. We just wanted dinner. Okay. I thought there'd be something over here because of the...
The flames won't grow without some help. Other materials were required.
Oh, I got a magnet. Nice. Okay, oh god, so I was really close to that one, or to this, from the last cabin I was at. Alright. Hi.
Welcome to Alibaba's Cave, Lumberjack Edition. Surely Carl would find something worth his time in here.
Okay, I got flares. Here's a lantern. That I just take with me, apparently. Here, let's use the flashlight. It'd be too cumbersome to carry around. Okay. That would be nice, though. It'd be cool as fuck. Forest cabin key. Okay. Toolshed note. To Paul and Jean-Pierre. Don't forget to return the key for your, the cabin if you have to use it. Your supervisor, P.S. The next bus for will be October 12th. Okay. Is that another magnet I could have taken? Is there anything on this wall I need? A lot of fire starters. That's nice. I'll take those. Cool. So we got another key to something. It said shed key. Oh, my sanity is super low. Probably shouldn't have run around the snow as much as I did. Oops. And being able to reverse like this, I think is so good. Being able to look over your shoulder like that, super good. Great touch. I do wish that the rear view mirror worked. I wonder how much processing power that would actually take up. Okay, park. It's another one of the crossbow bolts.
The crossbow bolts had the same origin. Carl was sure of it. Who was it? And more importantly, what was being hunted?
There are those
like
tracks
this?
again.
Without a single window to brighten things up, the inside of the cabin was almost pitch black. Beware of close encounters of knee and furniture.
God. I detest our character. Open, alright. There we go, now I can kind of see.
Solitaire. A card game only hermits can truly enjoy.
Seriously, what a dick.
Carl felt depressed at the thought of playing this.
Then don't play a dick. God. He must be such a curmudgeon about everything. Okay, so these aren't packs of heroin. These are probably like supplies of some sort. This toothbrush is still wet. Gross. Why'd you feel his toothbrush? Not close.
Everything was set up for a well-deserved snack. It seemed like the place hadn't been empty for long, but without knowing exactly why, Carl had the feeling no one was coming back anytime soon.
Okay. Duct tape. Now, the first treasure thing. Documents, treasure map. Yeah, so it's like right over here. Close that shit. Am I looking for another... Yeah, 2 trees pointing together like that? Yeah. So it's kind of like a big giveaway where stuff is. Treasure map 2. Okay, so this one is behind the other cabin that I was just at. Got it. Here we go. Oh, fuck, more wolves. Okay, so it actually goes up farther. I got a flare. Neat. I don't have a flare gun, though. Or I wonder if I can just open flares. I don't know. I'll try that out in a second. When I actually need to, I guess. Hi. I'm gonna go make that wire thing with the magnet. Which I think that's gonna let me get the key that Mary lost. The narc. Fucking snitch. Why is she ratting out the person that she's all like in love with anyways? My boyfriend stole some stuff from you. Shut up. He stole it for you. Here we go. Reach object. Check key.
What could it be for? The garden shed? Carl couldn't reach it with his arm alone, but he had more than a few tricks up his sleeve to pick it up.
Chainsaw doesn't work. Okay. Fire starters. Ooh, lots of flares. Got some hardware. What else is in here? Okay, so this is just like a resupply room, I guess. Cool. Neat, neat, neat. All right, let's go to the next treasure map location. Hey, buddy. Slow, stop it. Oh no, is this the family that was trying to escape to the north?
The track was fresh. That meant the car sunk down just a little while ago. Now where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone?
There's that other boot.
Carl was becoming increasingly convinced that this was not normal hunting. The game that was being tracked was fearsome. So much so that the hunter didn't dare approach it. What could it be?
Nothing in there. Nothing in the back seat. All right. Ranger manual. Manual owner seems to be Wilfred Roy. Okay. Hi. Tons of tracks right here. I think this is where everything heads. Oh my god.
Carl knew why he was suddenly shivering. He was going back to the realm of visions. Carl had no issue recognizing the spirit-like figures, but he couldn't figure out what they wanted from him. The phantom, freed of reality's shackles, vanished in the
So that's
forest.
the one that died in the woods.
Earlier, Carl had witnessed a tragedy that befell it. Another phantom disappeared.
And that's
in
his
the
wife,
wilderness.
the one that got frozen.
Carl had seen what happened to it too.
Yeah, so that's Gilles Lachance and his wife. So I don't know what happened to these two yet. Okay.
Carl sensed
okay.
that the cold was beating a retreat, as if he was moving away from some kind of center of gravity.
Let's... Here we go. Yeah, the double peak thing. Help me out. North. Oh, okay, so it's back at the lumber yard. Out in the woods. Okay. What a butthole. Why would you put it way out there? Alright, let's go get it. Oh, hey, there's more statue things. And they're all glaring at something. What are you mad at? Oh, it's another talisman? Cool. But I don't know where... I don't know where. I just don't know where. Where's that little treasure box? Is this 2 points? Yeah, here we go. Cool. South? So that's the pump. Okay, so it's behind the gas station. Got it. All right. We're gonna do that one in a second. I want to take a break from the treasure hunt for a bit because that's really tedious. So we're gonna explore.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
A little bit longer, buddy. We're gonna explore the other side of the map now. I've kind of stuck to one side so far. But there's a lot of houses, a lot of shit to do on the other side. Hey! I'm back. So, funny story. Remember how in the beginning of this video I said that I was replaying it because I lost some footage? Well, after the little bit that you just saw, I played about another hour and a half or so, then decided, you know, I'm gonna take a break for a bit. Went to go eat lunch, came back, and that video was gone. Just straight up gone. So I had to replay it again this morning. Oh, hold on. I had to replay it again this morning to get back to where I was. I think I've
Amateur hunters showing some
checked
pride
out
in having
everything that I was
killed a
supposed to
nice
in the
healthy
correct
beast.
order.
With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
Let me lower the sensitivity again. There we go. There we go. I also forgot this.
The murder weapon. What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
Letter from Hamilton. It is as a citizen of Her Majesty and the free economic chambers of the First World that I must address what follows to the proper authorities. The worst is happening at this very moment. I cannot write at length, but I am requesting immediate help from my country. I believe the free world is in grave danger. A member of my community, the Honorable... And then... I guess he got cut off after that? Like, why would you start writing a letter, not finish it, and then mail it? I just don't understand. Yeah, so this is my 4th time playing through the intro of the game. I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm pretty fast at getting back to this point now. Alright, so we are... fucking strapped. Get out of here. Like, I don't want to kill the puppies, but I also don't want to get nibbled on. Hi. Sweet. Got another talisman. So yeah, I think I've done everything that I did earlier. Maybe missing a few things. But yeah, anyways. Look at this dedication I'm giving to Kona. For a video probably like only 5,000 people will watch. Whatever. Okay, that's over by the lake. Yeah, to the northwest of the Bedard house, that little that comes out. That's where it is. Do I want to do that yet? Because that is... it's... shit. There's still a lot of treasure maps to do. And the reward is worth it. Where's the crossing? There it is. But, it is a lot of walking, and I get very cold. My God. There we go. All right. So now, we need to go explore the left side of the map. We need to go to the Dr. Old Rosaire Blowin in Lamouth. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to like not mix up all the different times I've recorded this to make sure like I'm still on the right track. I still can't believe I did that. Like I think I know what happened. I think I left the video recording on accident and my recording drive filled up. And then OBS was just like, well, you can't record anymore. Might as well just trash the video. I think that's what happened. Oh well, whatever. It's all worth it. I hope. Hopefully my patron enjoys this video. Hey buddy, I'm doing this all for you. Here we go. Alright, now you guys get to see one of the scariest things in this game. Like every time I cross it, I'm just like, ugh. This. Yeah, that's a big nope from me. I wouldn't even walk across that in real life. There we go. I'm parked kind of far away so I can back out easier. Alright, so now we're at the doctor's house. So he knows that that one lady is pregnant. And... that's all we really know about the doctor. Log. Ooh. Thank you. What's that say?
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
Still don't know what that means.
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Medical emergency in town. The doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him. If he dies. Alright, let's get you going. Yeah. Cool. So I guess that's the doctor's wife. And so in the... I didn't think about this. In the car that ran us off the road, her name was Isabel. Okay. And... Come on. That's Isabel's ashes? So...
For the one-eyed, or for
She's
other
dead.
vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
And how come he does...
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict.
That was a big knife.
Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Why? My nightmare. Same, bro. He didn't mention that he had found Isabel's photo whenever he saw the ashes, though. Earth doesn't look this big from here. Doctor's apparently fascinated by history. Stored a cool, dry place with constant temperature, they said. Okay. Medkit? Sure.
A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Well,
Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead.
perhaps. That'd be a weird spot to have like a lumber accident, unless it was like in your face. Communist Manifesto.
A communist manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book?
I don't want to read the Communist Manifesto. So I'm gonna skip that. I don't think it's really pertinent to the information.
Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
Unknown woman. I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Lori? She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullet had done a lot of damage, probably hitting the cerebellum. It was hopeless. She had a cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this, they said. I doubt it. In a small town like this, it's usually best to turn a blind eye. I've been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. Rosaire Armand. No medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosaire is still alive. As we say in the trade, or as we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Okay. It's very doctorly of him. Sylvie Bedard. All of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it. She denies it. I'm willing to bet her husband is not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though. Or she would... What is saving? Or she'd have an illegitimate child and a syphilis on her hands. How do you have a syphilis? How does that make sense? William Joseph Hamilton.
There was no doubt that the doctor and Hamilton knew each other very well.
You know what? I just had a realization. So... the lockbox was in the car. Okay. I'm starting to piece it back together now. Sorry. So the lockbox that I had from Hamilton was in the car that the doctor probably drove. Because I also had a picture of his wife in there. And the reason why the doctor... So, was Hamilton writing about the doctor, I wonder? And that's why the doctor shot him and took everything? Oh, I didn't even read his medical file. This one? Come on. There we go. Haughty, can't be cured. Chronic foot pain, can't walk long distances. Rich, I'll cure him of that one day. Okay.
Doctors used light-reflecting frontal mirrors to look inside the patient's cavities. That was a bit unsettling. But back then, it was pretty much always the case with medicine. The good doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness, captured on cardstock. Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupré who had hit him head-on at the village border? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
What are you? I can't pick that up. Let's see. Did I miss anything over here? Okay. Let's go outside. And if he says, like, okay, we're done, I think I found everything. Nothing yet?
Carl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Carl had heard worried him.
So every time he does that, that means that I found everything that I need to progress the story in that location. There's nothing down near the dock. So luckily, since I've just played this area, I can kind of figure out where everything is pretty quickly. Yeah. And also, even on the 4th playthrough of this, I still like this. It's still a good game. I still get the shivers while playing it. I just do wish that the stamina situation was a bit better. Just a bit. There we go. Now we're gonna go see Old Rosaire. He's just a normal old dude, just chilling. Let's see, where's his house? Here it is. You know, I think if I was driving in this, in real life, I'd be using my turn signals. Even in, like, this desolate, like, nowhere-ass town. Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, stop. What do I have in my inventory right now? 2 empty bottles, a water bottle. Okay, so I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so that's locked. Okay. Hey, buddy. Ah!
Oh, mon bonhomme.
Whoa there, fella. I'll shine this right in your eyes.
Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retentisse par
I'm expecting a stranger to show up here.
Je prends plus de chance depuis que ça.
Let me tell you, oh shit. Since that thing's been creeping around, I got my shotgun in my hand at all times.
Si ça s'approche.
Yeah, alright. This guy talks really fast, and he's crazy. Oh, you done?
Si tu veux du linge chaud.
You warm clothes, city boy.
Comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de caribou. Puis tu pigeras.
Wouldn't say no to a bottle of caribou. You can pick whatever rags suit you. So yeah, if I want this jacket.
C'est vrai le jeune que tu te promènes quasiment.
Practically walking around in my underwear, kid.
Ça te fera pas de tort. Mais je vais te dire une chose. Dans un coin de pays comme par ici, on n'a rien sans rien. Et où mon caribou?
Caribou. Apparently he doesn't mind if I take that bottle.
Hé, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. Elle tuait tous ses maris. Squick, les uns
I'm not
les autres.
reading everything it says. He talks too fast.
Dans le mariage.
Plus, he's kind of funny.
Touche pas à ça, l'enfant.
Don't touch that kid. Hurt yourself. Okay. Tales and Legends.
Vois-tu le livre, là? C'est le Wendigo. Ouais, le Wendigo.
Talking about the Wendigo.
Un loup pour se venger de sa
Warrior turns into a wolf out of vengeance when they've been wronged. Okay. Tales and Legends, page 1. There was a time when hate waged war. Our hunters could decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rock and bone breaking was enough to satiate the hate, and the rivers of blood would express our remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained. Then came the whites. Talking about white people? The legend of the Wendigo dates back to the time before what anyone but the tallest trees can remember. A time of great cold and great aspirations, when the ships came and spewed men and their fire cannons, plagues, and spinelessness. Excuse me. Balance broke forever. The dead were piling up on our ancestral lands. Too many bodies covered in moss, too much blood spilled on our stone. Our bone-breaking hate did not suffice any longer. Is he talking about me? One day, a young warrior who had lost everything, nieces, brothers, parents, and hope, fell to his knees in the middle of a small clearing, covered in blood, of his fiancée, killed after having crossed the path of some whites passing by. He had seen everything and called out to the Great Spirit, called out to him with words that came so naturally to him, words that could only create a great river of blood and guts, and a terrifying roar of screams. He called out to him for a force that no one had before. He became Wendigo. The whites were decimated under the icy claws of the Wendigo. The great tide of blood and even pushed a few ships back out to sea, but the Wendigo was not yet done with his vengeance. For as long as the heart of one of his fiancée's murderers still beat on Cree territory, he would prevail. The elders say that it was the force of the ancestors returned to nature that turned the young warrior. In this clearing, where many ancestors had been buried in centuries past, a clearing now covered in blood, spilled unjustly in a time where too many bodies were being buried, the ancestors heard the cries of the young warrior. Only in a remarkable time like this could the Wendigo have been born. His vengeance satiated, the warrior became Wendigo, went to rest forever. His frozen heart melted and disappeared, much like real snow come spring. The storm had, He interrupted me, sorry. The storm that had befallen the Cree lands faded as well. There was much celebration. Balance had been restored, but the whites came back too. So they are talking about white people. Okay. Not whites as in like White Walkers from Game of Thrones or anything. White hatred is never satisfied by rock and bone turned to dust. They arrived by the hundreds, armed with guns and torches, burned down every village. That word. Raped every woman. Smashed the head of every newborn, tortured every man that fell into their grips. Jesus Christ, this is long. Never before had unbalance been so deep for the Cree people, and ever since it has been told that one should be satisfied with rivers of blood brought by hatred, despite the wrongfulness done to them, because remarkable hate. You say you can smell my feet or small feet? Whatever. Despite the wrongfulness done to them, because remarkable hate comes at too far steep a price. The Wendigo was never invoked again, but in the hearts of the Cree people remained a fear that one day a young warrior would once again call out with this remarkable hate, because they know, through the wisdom brought by this legend, that the Wendigo would prevail, that this victory would come at a great cost. The whites would come back, the whites would rule. None would be spared.
Gomme-moi la belle rose la tulipe, qui se donne au yall sur le mercredi des cendres. C'est-tu pas effrayant, cette histoire-là?
Yeah, terrible.
Ah, la belle pétarade. En 17 que c'était. Et le Kaiser.
What a smoke fest?
Avec ma belle
what does that mean?
Bang, bang, que je lui disais. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, le bon temps.
Cute. Turn that shit off. Shh.
Dans mon temps, c'était comme sur l'image. On était vrais, fiers, forts, puis on avait le bon Dieu de notre bord.
Okay, you already got a fire going. All right. Well, buddy, I'll be seeing you soon.
Mon beau bonnet du bon temps. Puis ma ceinture, où est-ce que je glissais mon flasque. Le monde tournait plus qu'on...
I like how flask was the only word I understood from all that. I just heard flask and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You getting drunk. Guess that's why I gotta get that bottle of caribou for him. It's like a wine. I've never even heard of that.
There, Carl had fed his mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment, especially in the dead of winter.
Is he talking about heat? Is that what he's talking about? Nourishment? And as I've explored the game a little bit more, I wonder if during development, if at any point there was a eating aspect to this game, like you had to manage hunger as well. Because there are a lot of items around the game that I've seen that look good, like potatoes that I could eat. So I wonder if there was like a hunger aspect to this at one point. Maybe I'm just thinking like too long darky about it. Oh my god, it feels like I'm about to roll my truck. It felt like I was like... Alright, buddy. Okay.
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
Ew. Boiled cauliflower, why? Rajon's note.
Back then, in Africa and elsewhere, people were ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets. But around here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock.
Quebec liberation will happen by force or not at all. We will prevail.
Rock music invaded the minds of
Oh,
men
Led Zeppelin.
even in the remotest of places. The man didn't own a turntable, though, so there's that going for him.
I like how he's talking shit about rock music. And he's like, well, at least he can't listen to it. Oh, what a dick. What an old curmudgeon.
Today, Jean Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
The way he says his name in this sounds like he says it like with his nose pinched, like
Jean Blouin.
like that, like.
Carl now knew how to quench the drunkard's
Whiskey.
thirst.
Too much isn't a valid quantifier for that. For added mellowness, sherry wine and white whiskey. Okay.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit.
Ew.
Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
Drawers are overrated. Okay. Prepare caribou. So I have one thing ready. What's the other thing I need? Inventory? I have 3 empty bottles. Okay, so I probably just need to find some sherry wine or something.
You had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
This guy seemed fine. Seemed totally legit. A gun rack. A gun rack. Is that a Wayne's World reference? I don't even own a gun. Yeah, is that a Wayne's World reference? Okay. Let's look around his property really quick. I think that had I not grabbed the hatchet from the logging area. Got a beer bottle. Does that count? Then I could have taken that hatchet. I think that's how it works. Matches. Can I tap this thing?
If Carl had at any point wished to get his hands on some caribou, he couldn't have wished for better than a distillery like this one.
So, is that a hint saying that I can do it? So none of these will let me do it. Gross. Let's see. Did you say anything?
With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby. Granted, Carl thought, there wasn't much in the way of passers-by around here.
Is that a hint? Oh, hey. Saying that, like, somebody got shot while walking past. Is that the girl that got shot? Why wash dishes when clean ones are within reach? Okay, so probably need sherry wine, I guess. I just don't know where I would get that. Even though I played this a few times now, I still have no idea.
Had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old beater back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up.
Okay. Turning radius. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned in this video yet, but I drive a Mini Cooper in real life. Big vehicles like this freak the crap out of me. Like, I don't like them. There's nothing there, just FYI. Yeah, I drive a little Mini Cooper S. I think it's hot Coke or hot chocolate brown is the color of it. Yeah. I love it. She needs to go to the shop for a little while though. She's getting old.
Sometimes, and especially around here, people are so possessive with their land, as a dog is with hydrants.
Aretes de Pisser? Can somebody read this for me? Translate this if you speak French. Here's a spark plug you ordered from the... Okay. So it's a spark plug. For a thing. I need my pinchers. For a snowmobile. Let's go and put flares up since I don't have that. And the beer bottle since you don't matter. And this. And these. Wait, am I withdrawing or... Ah, crap. I was withdrawing and not depositing. Empty bottles I'm gonna leave with me. That one too. Leave that one. Okay. Now, give me my pinchers. My snips. Snip. Chunk. Alright. Lamoth's garage. Okay, I don't need any more water bottles. Snowmobile ski. Is hanging out in a trunk for some reason. God, I hate the sound.
Another worrisome victim of this ice. This one seemingly petrified in action. The poor man, before being frozen solid, seemed to have been defending the entrance to his cabin. But from what?
Hello? What's in the thing, buddy? Buddy, you got a fire. That's really cool looking. That's some good lighting. I really like these investigation scenes. I think this part of the game is really cool. Neat. So that's how Lamoth got frozen? Hi. God damn, I hate that sound. I think I have like low-grade tinnitus. Whenever I hear high pitches like that, I'm just like in agony. I hate it.
But Carl didn't know how to reach it.
Oh, we can actually see his face. Hey, buddy.
The week of October 5th, thought Carl. That was this week. The plug should have been here by now.
Yep, and I got it. Green milk for little green men. Oh yeah, spoilers, he's building a homemade flying saucer.
The shape of this machine, almost straight out of Star Trek, was out of the ordinary to say the least. It felt like this thing could fly up into space at any moment. It was an indisputable fact that machines like this entailed a level of intellectual finesse that Carl was lacking. The very first steps of man on the moon were made more than a year ago. The event had surely captivated the mechanic's mind for him to still keep this around.
Yeah, see, look at all these potatoes. I could easily eat those potatoes. And this orange juice. Too many orange juice bottles. And like you can put water inside water bottles. So I feel like there's gonna be like some kind of like survival mechanic I feel like was gonna be added. Oh, that's for the radio, not for... Sorry, I thought that note was the one with the thing on it. Something is right when your bed is in your garage. Oh, yeah, that's true. We're in his garage. Alright, let's check out his actual house.
The milk was sorted by color, from the whitest to the greenest, or in other words, from the freshest to the sourest.
Look at that. I could totally eat that. Eat that PNG. Eat that JPEG. Like... let's go and get this going. There we go. Police letter. Follow up on a complaint.
Roswell, Atamipek, same story. Large deserts conducive to extravagant follies.
And again, I don't know if I mentioned this in this video or this recording session or not, but one of my few complaints about this game so far is that whenever you're reading a note, sometimes he'll chime in and spoil the note's content. Like, he should give his opinion on it after I put the note away or something. And that's my opinion. Following up on your complaint, I'm afraid that the police cannot support your claim alleging the sudden appearance of a man who came from outer space on your village's territory. Manifestly, what happened at Roswell in New Mexico left a deep impression on you, and we would urge you to consult with a physician as soon as possible. Regarding future potential complaints, let it be known that the Judicial District of does not believe in little green men. Regards, Pierre Valjean. I believe that's the second time we've gotten a letter from Valjean. Because when the other one telling that one dude off, being like, yo, you have a collapsed cave on your property, you gotta take care of that now.
Carl deducted this was a map of the area. Were those pins pointing to places of interest?
Yeah. So this pin to the far right, that's the cave behind Valjean's house that I need dynamite for. And there's a pin down there near the lake, and there's one up there in the corner. Okay. Well, one isn't enough. Why not buy 8? Apple Jacques. That's cute. Parts manual. So this tells me how to rebuild the snowmobile.
Weird
out back.
stuff. Kind of a crossing between a colander and a hairdryer. What was it for? To play telepath? To protect against nuclear waves? If
Spaceship
some
blueprint.
daring person could manage to get their hands on the missing parts, Carl was willing to bet that the craft would have taken flight.
Except then you blew it up. You monster. Stealing road signs is prohibited by law. Oh, up there. Okay. place is filthy. Apparently Lamoth is a rock collector. What a dork. Cheap wine doesn't taste better, even if it changes color and size. Is that not one of the wines I could partake in? For the old guy? Okay.
These scribblings were undoubtedly the mark of a tormented mind. Something wasn't right in the poor mechanic's head.
Huh. So that's what the monster looks like, apparently? I haven't seen that. I never really paid attention. I like drawing the same picture over and over. I see a note right there. Garlic to repel vampires, or else. That's a very clever detail. Like, they didn't have to put that there. Let's see. There's the bench.
Carl hadn't lived up to his good finder reputation. He still hadn't found any of the wealth contained in Lamotte's lands.
Oh, that's telling me to go back. Saying that I'm not done investigating yet. Hold your fucking horses. Alright, so here's the little dude I'm rebuilding.
By following the plan, Carl was led to believe that the snowmobile's parts had to be scattered about in the vicinity.
So here's the track. There we go. Boop. And then... I think the light is in this cooler for some stupid reason. Yeah, there it is. Look how fast I'm building this thing. I think this took me like 15 minutes last time. Look at that.
A bit of gas, a new spark plug, and the key, and this thing would run perfectly.
I can get the gas right now.
Was to find all that.
Yeah. Let's go get the key first. So we're gonna have to go for a little bit of a walk. But this might be the last time we have to go jaunting through the snow like this. What are you? Oh, just fallen logs. So yeah, if we follow the wolf tracks, the wolf tracks tend to lead us to, like, things that we need to know about in the woods. Hi puppy. I don't have... Do I have a gun with me right now? I do, I have that one. But I want to save the ammo. I'm just gonna charge at him. If I was a wolf, I'd be like, oh shit. What up, dickhead?
Carl never thought he would be dancing with the wolves.
Oh. Oh shit, hold on, do I have a log? Okay, good, I do. Whew, good. Good, good, good. Because I was thinking, like, if there's no logs back here, and I get too cold, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away.
So whatever this thing was circulating around the grave. This is probably where they buried that lady. There we go. Yeah. Alright, now let's rip this off. So, I don't know much yet, but after reading the Wendigo story, I'm thinking that the people he's killing or freezing were involved somehow in this lady's death. Because there was there was also part of a note that I found. Okay. Found it. Hi. So it's his wife's diary, the one who died out in the woods. Lachance? Is that his name? Giselle, no, Giles, whatever his name is, you know him. There was a second page to this that I missed. It's true that Hamilton would still have figured out the combination to the safe where everything is hidden. Only problem is, Giles himself tends to forget his combination. He has a trick to help him remember. His father's first initial, followed by 3 numbers. I had to engrave behind his pendant. Who could possibly have thought, okay, blah, blah, blah. Giles has trouble sleeping, blah, blah, blah. And down the very bottom, I'm shaking as I'm writing this. I cannot believe I have taken part in this tragedy. I haven't done anything. Why do I feel so guilty? Poor girl, she was so young. So she gets frozen too. Her husband gets frozen, so I think he was involved somehow. How is this guy involved, though? Because he got frozen. Also got tickle in my throat. I'm gonna have to take a break in a second and cough my lungs out. Trying to hold the coughs in. I can feel my eyes watering up.
Undoubtedly ideal in attempting to communicate with little green men, was quite awkwardly placed. There had to be a lever to control it, maybe behind it. Carl would have to figure out how to reach it.
Like that. So yeah, this is this dude's just like a paranoid weirdo. He's like trying to my eyes are actually watering. So I was trying to hold in that cough. He's trying to contact little green aliens. You know, Martians, basically. And like, how did he build all this? How much did all this cost?
The electric terminals appeared to be linked together, but for what purpose? Carl rejoiced at the unexpected source of heat, but not as much as his freezing hands.
Yeah, so there's a heat source here, FYI. Okay, so this one still kind of confuses me. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be... Here, I'll follow it with you. Let's go for negative first. Okay. It's all loopy-loopy. It's over here and there. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be negative to positive. Green. It's this one that goes this way. Okay, so it's this one right here. It's okay, it's one on the ground. It's looping around, going up, over, under, over again, under. Connects to that one, okay? So that's negative. Okay, let's make it to positive. Okay, now yellow. Circling around under my feet. Okay, back this way. Goes to this one. Okay. So let's do negative to positive. Okay. Now red. Under the board. Around to that one. And it's, what color, or what sign am I looking for? Negative to positive. There we go. Easy. First try.
Open sesame.
Cool.
So that's where the generator key was hiding. All that was left was to use it. At last, so big an effort for an oh so tiny piece of metal.
Hold on. So when you said generator key, I didn't pick up a generator key. I got the snowmobile key. So what does that line mean? Like, I'm slightly confused. Let me warm up really quick, and I'm gonna go in there again and see if I can grab anything. God, my stress keeps going nuts. Okay, yeah, so I can't grab that. Just making sure. So now we can actually drive around in the snowmobile. Which is quite slow. So I think this is the point where I'm going to start fast-forwarding through a lot of my... Or, like, cutting out a lot of my driving. Because I'm going to use the snowmobile to finish up that little kid's treasure maps. Because there's a lot of walking around in the snow. And I'm going to be very cold. I'll heat up faster if I just stand in the fire. If I just set myself on fire, will that heat me up? Oh boy, this is a long walk. Luckily, almost done with that. Hopefully that wolf is still gone, because I don't want to fight anything right now. God, I gotta find that wine to make the cataboot. There is a part of the map I haven't checked yet in this playthrough. And that could be where I get the wine. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Oh yeah, and I also gotta check the note up there. I am slow as fuck. Oh, so a good thing about this guy is that it links the inventories between the truck and the snowmobile. Okay, now, there we go. Cool. Snowmobile is done. Let's just go get this really quick. I'm gonna build a bridge, just like that. Crazy thought.
Carl had no idea how to interpret a message like that. On the surface, it seemed like he had one half too many of this puzzle. Enough to know he shouldn't take this testimony as gospel. The entire thing, being some punishment for a murder committed by Hamilton, seemed like an outlandish theory. Carl was doubtful.
I saw something in the woods on the solemn day of October 6, 1970. A man should ever see. No man should ever see. The aliens are here. They're roaming in our woods. They'll invade us all from here down to sunny Mexico. They're massive, twice as tall as a man. They are half man, half caribou, half wolf. That math adds up. I'm sure the fact I saw them means they broke their military code. They are after me. If you're reading this, it's too late. I have already been taken to the planet Elohim, to be experimented upon in a lab. They're punishing me for not doing anything when I witnessed that murder yesterday, when I saw William Hamilton kill someone. Farewell. So William Hamilton killed that woman? And all right, let's check out how slow this thing is. Beep, beep. Also, like, the way it moves is kind of like the... I wish I could, like... I wish I could hook this up to my truck somehow. Like in a trailer.
The mechanic was still frozen, and Carl had everything he needed, so he felt ready to leave.
Yeah, so that means I can leave now. I'm basically done with this place. I might actually just be 100% done with this place. Yeah, look at this thing. Woo! My goodness. It's just a lot slower, but I can actually drive off-roads with it, so... Here, like, since I'm right here, might as well. that. There we go. There's a fire thing I can start back here. Just for funsies. Anything else around me? I need that glass bottle. Alright. Well, that was fun. Look at this adorable little thing. I wish you could paint it. I'd make it bright pink. Probably not, actually. Probably make it like dark red. Oh boy. I don't think I can look at the map while I'm riding this thing either. So herky-jerky. Here we go. So we're gonna go this way. I haven't looked at this place recently. Last time I went to this place was back in like early January. The Icy Cavern. Whoa! I don't remember that part. Okay, nothing there. God damn. This place is icy as fuck. Huh. And the tracks go back here.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped. Carl needed to be dressed in warm clothes to survive.
Okay, so now it is time to let's do the treasure maps really quick. And I gotta figure out where to get that freaking wine. Okay. Treasure map. Okay, so this is where I am right now. So, okay, so next to the tree line, there's gonna be another one. Got it. Okay, hop back on you. There you are. Hi. Okay. So it's behind the house, next to the river. Okay. Find the Bedard house. Bedard. The Bedard. Okay. The other one is on the other side of this fence up here. And I think after this one, I only have one more. Excuse me. Let's see. Did I pick up this talisman yet? I don't think I have. I need to restock up on logs. Oh, convenient. Jump in that fire. Cool. Did I get this yet? Nope. There we go. I need to veer off to the right over here. There we go. There it is. Little pointies. Like the squeaky seat as I get up. Okay, and this one's right by the main road. Perfect. So if I circle up around to the right up here, should just drop me off right next to it. I wish this thing was twice the speed, though. And also had guns. Transformed into a giant robot. What's up, dickheads? What did these guys do? Oh. They don't care. What? Says I have a bullet. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
Carl
There.
never thought he would be
Get out of
dancing
here.
with the wolves.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh man, I think I need a smoke. Consumable? Oh, there, oh, okay.
Carl, like many of his contemporaries, felt like he had more trouble breathing when he wasn't smoking.
Gross. Gross, gross, gross.
Cigarette was his own personal breathing assistant.
Gross. Not a fan. People always get really annoyed whenever I harp on smoking and stuff like that. I just personally am not a fan. I think it's smelly. It's bad for you. Mostly just smelly. Let's see. Some more bullets for a gun I don't have. Okay. Neat. Wish I could skin that wolf. I wish this was the long dark. I'm saying like, I wish I could skin him, wear his fur, keep me warm. Oop. I do see some pointy trees over here. Is it? Oh, it's actually just right there. God, that was so close to where the whole thing started off at, like literally right next to the mailbox. My sweet Mary, or Marie. If you're holding this letter, it means you have figured out every puzzle. Congratulations. You'll be happy to know that we can now bring these treasures back to Mr. Roy. My father would tell you that you fear the good Lord too much. Your friend, Martin. P.S. Stop snitching.
If he was to venture deep into the woods, carrying a flare gun definitely wouldn't hurt, Carl assumed.
It's true.
At best, he could probably scare some beasts off. At worst, he was in for a nice little firework.
Okay. So that does it for the bonus treasure maps. Still have no idea where to get that wine. And I need it if I want to go in that cave. Hey! So I figured out that I also hadn't opened the safe yet. So I went and did this. So... Of course I get burpy, right as I start recording again. So I'm guessing Hamilton killed that woman on accident. Accident, in quotes. Maybe accident, who knows. And then that was saying that he was bribing everybody. Or not bribing, but like, blackmailing everybody in the town. So maybe that's how he got help with getting rid of the body. He was like, hey, if you don't, then I'm gonna... Fuck your shit up. This is the only other place I can think of where I can get that wine. Turn that shit off. So I moved this ladder just to... Oh my god. Sherry wine. Ah, I found it! So I moved that shelf to get that first aid kit. And I think I even went up it. And was like, is there anything up here? Is there a point to this? So I wonder if I couldn't pick it up until I needed it, or if I'm just an idiot and missed it. I'll see in editing and yell at myself. Cool. So now I have to go back to the Patriot's house. And then I can make that wine. Oh, okay. Prepare caribou. Oh boy. Now I go back to old Rosaire. Okay. Let's see if he shoots at me again. What's up, dickhead? Here you go.
Ah, quand on cherche, on trouve. Parce que je t'aime bien.
Stop pointing that at me.
Je vais te dire quelque chose. Tu fais bien de prendre ma pénis. Parce que par là-bas, tu vas rencontrer le vrai froid. Un froid qui glace comme t'en as jamais connu dans ta vie.
I love it. I love him. Give me the fucking coat. Yeah, there we go. So one thing that I think is really neat is that now that I have the coat on, it changes, like, my little hand and everything. I think it's a really cool touch. Like, they could have just been like, yeah, whatever, you get the same old hands. But no, now I'm all gloved up, I got a jacket on. I'm toasty. So now that we have
The old man's cabin has been very generous to Carl. He couldn't have asked for more.
You could ask for the gun. Just saying. But now that we have the coat, we can go into that icy cave, which was also on the points of interest map by Lamoth, the mechanic guy. Jeez. Stop. Okay. There we go. I guess I need to make sure I have a log since I'm leaving my truck. Cool. So now I'm not going to get as cold. Still get loading screens, unfortunately. But now I'm not going to get nearly as cold. And so I think that should also help with my sanity. Is it sanity or stress? Whatever. Same thing. Whatever. Cool.
Luckily, he had the coat to protect him from the biting cold.
Okay. Let's go through the spooky part first. This is like straight up black. Oh, and I'm walking wet stuff. Let's see, 2 hardware. There's a hammer I could have taken. Oh, okay. This loops around. Whoa, hey boy. What? Oh, it's backing up from me. Yeah, build that bridge. Oh, I get it. The hardware and the hammer were there in case I didn't have one. That's nice. That's very kind of the developers to do. Okay. Hello? Spooky spectral puppy. Buddy! Hey!
Another instance of this magic ice. What was this one doing? Lying on
Cold
the ground,
as ice!
so afraid. The plot thickened like water into ice.
Okay, that's him crawling backwards.
He had been running in fear from something creeping towards him, against which he couldn't do
His hands are not
anything.
matching up with
Only to
the
end up like
handprints.
this,
I don't know why that slightly
petrified
upsets me.
and cold.
It's like they could have animated him doing that and then put the hands down where his actual hands would land. Oh, and this is the caved in area I just saw. Blah! Oh, that gun's mine. I am taking that gun. Oh. Oh, that turned the gas on. Neat. Rajon's log. Ah!
It seemed as though Rajan had been ready to take up arms and slay people like Hamilton.
Oh,
Could he have
so he's the
committed
patriot.
murder for his cause? Who could have gotten killed in front of his very eyes?
So I think he's the patriot, right? Old Rosaire told me the mine administrators were having us on, and that the mines from before the war were neither collapsed nor inaccessible. Well, as usual, the old man was right. Those damn English people keep lying to us every damn day because we're just slaves to them, water boys. I'm not saying that word, like Vola said. Is that like the second reference to that now in this game? Or no, I think I played something recently where they talked about it. Using that exact phrase. Really don't like it. We'll see who's the slaves. Slaves are by the end of the year. I'll set up the heart of the government in those mines. The resistance. Watch out, fat cats. I'm putting bayonets on our cannons. That would be very ineffective. The English tell us the region is full of resources. The resources they're forgetting about is our seniors. It's full of old people around here, and they've got plenty of resources. Old Man Rosaire, in exchange for a load of bottled caribou a day, put us in contact with the best our country has to offer. Veterans, hunters, the salt of the earth, I'll tell you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. These people have shotguns upon shotguns and blinds all over the territory. They agreed to lend me some, pretty much no questions asked. I told them a big fat cat hunt was in the works. I also told them our aim was to make sure there was not a damn one of them left from here to blah 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 river. It's even better than that, than I thought. The guns aren't old-timey relics from the Great War. They are modern, semi-automatic weapons in there too. And dynamite stolen from the mine sites. Oh, that's where I get the dynamite sites after closing. All I need now is a militia to bear these arms and kick the English out of our lands. I'm wondering who the savages will back up. Oh, now he's just being racist. Okay. I have faith that they will help us and not them. So it's basically like a French-Canadian versus the English kind of war going on. Taking back their land is a matter of principle for them. God damn it. Gilles really has no balls. I'm aware of that. I was aware of that before bringing him into my project, but it's so insulting to be emasculated like that. He told me in his wimpy voice that he has something to blackmail Big Hamilton with. What's the point of blackmailing him when we could just blow his head off? Jesus. Would have been better off speaking to his wife, Giselle. Now, she's something. That woman, I could hear her, I could hold her, she could hold her own shotgun. There we go. God, getting so burpy. Stop it, Craven. Besides, everyone knows she is the one who wears the pants in that couple. Lamoth has given up too, that coward. On the other hand, oh, so Lamoth was part of the revolution. So everybody, okay, got it. They're not serious enough. They have a few screws loose. They can't start a revolution with crazy people. Pierre, I know you would have gone on my side. You would have been a lieutenant in my army. Rest in peace. Eaten by wolves. Not as easy way to kick the bucket. God damn it. Why am I stuttering over this note so bad? I've been kicking ass at notes this entire time, and I'm just like, duh. Some people in the village are saying you brought this on yourself by poaching those wolves, and that, in the end, you were brought to justice in their own way. There will be a monument in your name in my new Quebec. I'll have to free the Manistan region all by myself. Alexander Blaise didn't appreciate it when I baited him by praising his brother. That guy has changed since Pierre was found. He's been miserable. I tried talking to him about it, but that big oaf only punched a mirror. Oh, that's why all of his mirrors are broken in the house. Made his hand bleed. I'll give freedom to my country without those tender-hearted folks. They'll thank me later. What happened last night was horrible. I'd never seen someone die like that, right next to me. I feel sick. So much blood. I'm wondering if revolution really is for me after all. Okay. So after he saw the lady get shot, You suddenly lost a taste for it? Why sleep at home when you can sleep in a cave? Fire starters. Hey! The Enfield rifle. Nice. I need a log. You have any wood up here, dude? You do. Here we go. Let's start that up. Oh, I was cold. I was chilly. He seems to have made some modifications to the dynamite. Why am I just putting that? Why am I just putting that in my pocket? If you've seen Lost, you guys remember the dynamite scene in season 1? Every time I pick up dynamite in a game, I always think of that. I don't want to say it because there's spoilers. Here we go. So this is how I get back down. So there's something stopping me from going out this way? Just like leaving? Oh, a fresh wall of ice.
Ice seemed to take over this place like mold. That wall wasn't there earlier. How was he going to get out of here?
Well, he's picked up 3 big bundles of dynamite, so I'm pretty sure we can find a way. Or just blow ourselves up, whatever. Come on, sanity. There we go. I would totally live in here.
Carl suddenly felt observed. He was worried about a presence around him.
I don't want a presence around me. I want presents in my hand. Hi! What? Hold on. You. Shit. Bop! Okay. Stupid snow dogs. What's up, dickhead? You big dumbass, you idiot. There we go. I like the big symbol. That's far enough, right? Phew. Wow. That was awesome.
No stone can withstand the force of dynamite.
Ooh, it is dark. It is super dark out here. Where am I? Oh, okay, my truck's just right there. So I think I'm actually... I think I'm done. Like, I'm not done with the game yet. But I think I can go to the next segment. Because I believe I have all the fates of everybody here. God, and it got super dark. Map. Okay, so, oh, it's just right in front of me. There's my headlights. Hey, baby. Alright, so driving around in pitch black is gonna be fun. Real neat. Come on. Oh my god. Oh no, this is definitely an Austin Powers situation now. There we go. Ugh! That actually got out a lot easier than I thought I would. Oh my goodness. Dude, turn your high beams on. Oh my god, I can't see anything. I'm not even hitting the gas right now. I'm just like coasting because it's too dark. Up. Oh, gross. Yeah, this. Ah! It's too dark. I don't like this. So there's one more thing I need to blow up, I think, before I move on. I want to check something out. We're going to go back to Lachance house. Am I saying that right? General store. I gotta turn. Ooh, almost hit those pumps. Because there's that cave that's behind his house. I need the dynamite. Okay. It's so hard to see the turnoff. Okay, it's a little bit farther up. God, this is so dark. I love how the dashboard looks too. Like, I like that that's still illuminated. Yeah, they did a good job. This game has lots of really nice touches. Just scattered around. Oop, excuse me. Nice, and I like how the crossbow looks. Or the crossbow bolt looks. I like I can hear it smoke and pop. Ah, so good. Good, good, good. Alright. Was it right here? Yes. Boop. And now we wait. Oh man, we're almost done this part. And then I'll be caught up to where I was the first time I tried to record this with the Patron pig. Hello? God damn it, it's so dark. Equipment. Blair gun. There we go. Much better. Take a log. Wow, that flare did not last long. Oh good, a pack of smokes. Delicious. Wonderful. Okay, so I got a lot of ammo. Yeah. That's really cool. I like the way that looks. So I got a shit ton of ammo. Maybe not a shit ton, but I got some. And some other stuff. So I guess it was kind of worth it. So I guess I can kind of work it. And kind of put my thing down, kind of flip it, and maybe reverse it. Alright, let's cut to me at the ice wall. Oh. Hey, it's so dark that I crashed into the tree that was in front of the general store. I didn't realize where I was. Whoops. Alright, so now we're gonna see the final two ghosties fuck off.
A third phantom gently faded away. Carl noticed that as the cursed villagers finally left reality, he could feel a sense of unburdening exuding from them in an almost intimate way. The last phantom, lost in solitude up until now, joined the others in the forest's darkness, free at last to enjoy an eternal, well-deserved slumber.
Bye.
Carl was only beginning to understand the horror which had struck his village. He understood that the dead were piling up and that he couldn't help them by himself.
There's no
The road was clear
hotkey for lantern.
He needed to push further north and fast to find help.
So I'm just following the footprints right now. Because I can't see shit. Uh-oh. Well. There we go. I'm tempted to equip my flare gun and just blast a few to see where I am. Where am I on the map? Okay. So if you keep going up forward, there's gonna be a walking thing. Like a walking trail. Camp.
Another diary. Carl felt like someone was trying to communicate with him. Or was it simply the result of happenstance?
And bring a log with me, because I'm dumb. Mysterious Journal B. The beast has outwitted me. It is aware that I know all of its weaknesses. That's very cocky. It is aware of my strength. It is the predator become prey. Through some unknown force, it was able to create a wall made of ice between north and south. The beast did not want to be disturbed. I found a way. It is my destiny to stop it. It is progressing fast, not stopping even for a moment. What is the beast feeding on? Hate? Cold? Fear? The elders spoke of the Wendigo. They said it would never return. No warrior, they said, could want to invoke it, if the elders were wrong. The Wendigo comes from the Great Spirit. It appears full of hate, with a great thirst for vengeance. The beast I'm tracking seems to be blinded by hate, frustrated. My bolt missed. It screamed. I thought I could hear his voice behind the bellowing of the beast. The warrior's voice. Was it really the beast running from me, or the man made a prisoner inside? Okay. It's tracking two unfortunate white people, already doomed. It smelled them. It's moving slowly, methodically. I will not reach them in time. How much more of the map do I have? I have a fair bit, because I bet I cover all the way up there to Hamilton's house. So, everybody, once I get to the next save point, I'm gonna call this video good. I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts. If this part gets, let's say, 500 likes. That's easy.
Carl had found what he was looking for.
I want to make sure you guys are actually interested in seeing the
On
rest.
the road.
It's like if video 1 flops, then we'll do video 2. Because these take me a long time to do. I think I want to go off towards this way. I should have brought the thing. My sweet little snowmobile. Observation tower. Hands-free flashlight. Awesome.
The door was unlocked.
Okay.
Carl felt kind of disappointed that he wouldn't have to solve the mystery of that padlock.
Holy shit.
Carl reckoned that the place was still inhabited less than 24 hours ago. His detective sense tingled, revealing to him, or was it the strong smell of wilderness in the air, that there were...
Shut up. Where's cabin key? I don't know what to do with that yet. Also, I'm gonna discard these. I need enough space for a piece of wood.
most likely 2 men.
What can I get rid of? There we go. 1 log. All right. So yeah, if this video can get 500 likes, then I will do a part 2 very soon. Yeah. So let me know what you guys thought. Sorry, it's like it took me so long to get this out. It took me forever to get even just this part out. So thank you again for being a patron of mine. If you guys would like to be a patron, link is always in the description. If you don't want to be a patron, you can also join me on YouTube. There's a little button down there that says join. It's basically the same thing, except that, you know, instead of part of your money going to Patreon, part of it goes to YouTube, and then part of it goes to me. You can also become a Twitch sub if you like, or if like a one-time donation thing is more your speed, then again, link is all down there. Yeah. I literally couldn't do this without Patreon and fan support, so I really do appreciate it. So, thanks guys. Okay, love you. Bye.